Oh. And we in there. Okay, we're in there. Peace and love to all the guys and the goddesses and the high vibrate species on the planet. What it is, what it do, good people. How we living, man? I hope we vibing high out there. What's going on? What we doing? What we doing? Hey, I hope y'all staying cool out there. But at the same time, I hope you're getting your photon on, because I'm definitely getting my photon energies on. Drinking it like it's OJ, baby. Woo! It's been a scorcher, but I've definitely been enjoying it, man. I hope y'all been doing the same. Yeah, it's summertime. It's summertime. It is for to get cooking. So how everybody doing? I hope everybody good. For real. For real. Let me know how you doing, man. So, yo, we are back, though, of course. I don't really know how to say that. Of course, it's another SCP-Y. We got 20. SCP-Y-20. So, of course, with the numerology, we got the number 2. But before we do that, I seen the 5s down here, the 555s. You know what I'm saying? If I got that on deck, I just noticed that when I grab. What do I got that? Do I got a 5 on deck? Yep, we got a 5 on deck, y'all. We good. We got a 5 on deck. So let's hit that 5 real quick. For my guys with the numbers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that wants to get down with the numbers, right? So we got 5. And of course, it's like for the angel number. So I mean, of course, you can always look these things up on your own. Do your own due diligence. Look it up. See what you know what I'm saying. What resonates for you. But I do know with numerology, once you really get into the science of it, you know what I'm saying, you can add up your name, your birthday, all that, get your life path number, you know what I mean, that's your birth date. And you add all that up, get down to your single digit, and then you get your birth date, that's your life path number. So that's the actual path that you're on. So it's things that you got to do while you're on that path. Things you may have to overcome. You feel me? Stuff of that nature. But yeah, you just get into that. But for this 5, we have love, freedom. Love for freedom, yeah. Adaptable, carefree, constantly on the move. We have adventurous, clever, talented, versatile, curious, daring, spontaneous, and what is that? Enthusiastic. And that's the positive. So if you resonate with the number 5, I mean, if you're born on the 5th, or you know what I'm saying, something like that, or if your birth date adds up to the number 5, then that's your positive. Your negatives is temptation, impulsiveness, an addict, confused, procrastinator, carelessness, irritable, vulgar, callous, lacks discipline and direction, nervous, and abusive. Okay? So, if you resonate with the number 5, that would be the negatives on the number 5. So, you catch yourself in any of those categories of the neg, and turn it around. Okay? And that's just for the time down there, just because I noticed the time down there. So, we're back up to the number 2, which that was, I believe in the last video that we did, we already had the number 2. So we'll just go through just a couple of these. For the positives, we got easygoing, considerate, peacemaker, persuasive, charming. But of course, we're dealing with the SCPs here, so we typically want to stick on the negative side. For those that are new, you know what I mean, we typically want to stick with the negatives. But certain things aren't so negative in a sense. So I'm just starting to incorporate a little bit of the positive side as well. So, but with the negatives, we have petty, small-minded, deceptive, shy, weak, hoarding, super sensitive, cruel, impatient, uncooperative, sly, insincere, and inconsiderate. Okay. Hold up. Okay, hold on. I got some more for y'all. So for the occupations of a number 2 is a botanist, chemist, an engineer, a mediator, a healer, a cook, or an artist. Rulership over lakes, ponds, streams, water towers, beaches, docks, harbors, canals, oceans, fishing industry. So basically anything around water. Good for the nighttime. Intuitive connection with nature. So if you resonate with the number 2, you may have a deep sense of, you know what I'm saying, yearning for wanting to be out in nature. You know what I mean? It's duality, pair of opposites, share healing powers with those in need. Okay? So that is your number 2, guys. And I'm sure it will come up in future videos, just like all the other numbers. I'm sure they're going to come up. But we're going to see if any of these negatives, maybe positives, resonate with this SCP that we have today, which it looks to be an incident. So this may be one of the incident reports, 1A. So with that 1 and the letter A in numerology, the letter A would be the number 1. So that's, again, that's 1, 1, and the 2 1s. 11, that's a master number. I forgot to mention that in the last video. But yeah, 11, because the time was 11:11 on that last video. So, but 11, yes, is definitely a master number. 22, 33, you know what I'm saying? These are master numbers. So, which has its own significant energy as well, is when you add them up to get your single digit. I don't really know how to say this. Is this Pierrot Prey? Not sure. Pierrot. I don't know. Maybe he'll say it, maybe not. Maybe I butchered it. Maybe I got it right on. I don't know. But guys, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And without further ado, we're going to get to what it is that we do, because of course it's 555. It's not going to take that long, right? Let's get her bustin'.
Day 1. Hank, a seasoned lumberjack with calloused hands and a heart as sturdy as oak, arrived at the lumber mill just as the dawn broke.
Okay.
The smell of fresh pine and the rhythmic hum of saws were familiar comforts. But that day something felt off. He couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. As he swung his axe, he caught a glimpse of something tall and thin in the woods. He shrugged it off as a trick of the light. Day 2.
It wasn't the Accordion Horseman, was it?
The unease grew. Hank noticed subtle changes in his surroundings. The birds didn't sing, and the usual chatter of squirrels had fallen silent. That night, he dreamt of a gaunt figure in a jester's outfit, its eyes glowing malevolently. He woke up in a cold sweat, heart pounding. Day 3. Hank confided in his friend Joe about the strange feeling. Joe laughed it off, saying Hank was working too hard, but the laughter didn't dispel the sense of dread. As the day wore on, Hank saw the figure again, closer this time. The jester's smile seemed to stretch wider, and the scratching sound in his head began, faint but persistent. Day 4. The scratching grew louder, like nails on a chalkboard inside his skull. Hank tried to focus on his work, but the figure was everywhere, in the corner of his vision reflected in the polished surface of his axe, always watching. That night, the dreams intensified. The jester's limbs moved like those of an insect, chittering and scraping. Day 5. Paranoia set in. Hank stopped eating, stopped sleeping. He barricaded himself in his cabin, but the jester's face appeared in every shadow. The scratching in his head became almost unbearable, a constant reminder that the creature was coming for him. His thoughts were consumed by the jester's eerie grin and those haunting eyes. Day 6. The jester's influence was undeniable. Hank could barely function. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the leaves outside sent him into a panic. He could feel the creature's presence growing stronger, the air around him growing colder. He knew it was only a matter of time. Day 7. Hank's world shattered. The jester appeared in his cabin, towering over him. Its insect-like limbs extended, wrapping around him with surprising strength. Hank screamed, but no one was there to hear. The world around him twisted and darkened, dragging him into a reality that felt like a warped imitation of his own. Alternate reality. Day 1.
Hold on. Okay. Because I left something out, I'm kind of glad that kind of did the start. The fact that that actually is 20. I'm sorry. My bad. Gotta make don't hang me yet. Okay. So for that 20, that's divine awakening, clear judgment, a master number potential. You know what I'm saying? 0 adds infinite power in any numbers it follows. Okay. Extreme level of obsession, cruelty, deception, hypersensitivity, very resentful. And the tarot card for this is the Judgment. Let's go.
Hank stumbled through the cold, dark version of his world. It was familiar yet wrong, as if someone had tried to recreate it from memory and failed. The air was thick with dread, and the only sound was the ceaseless scratching in his head. The jester was never far behind, its form shifting, becoming more insect-like with each passing day. Alternate reality, day 2 through 6. Hank was hunted relentlessly. He couldn't rest, couldn't escape. The jester's chittering laughter echoed through the twisted landscape, growing louder, closer. It was playing with him, savoring his fear. The once human-like figure was now a grotesque amalgamation of man and insect, in nightmare-given form. Alternate reality. Day 7. Hank's resolve crumbled. The jester found him, cornered him. It beckoned him closer with its repulsive appendages, and against his will, his body obeyed. He moved towards the creature, its eyes locking onto his. The scratching in his head reached a crescendo, and he felt as if something was clawing its way out of his brain. The pain was unbearable, a searing agony that consumed him. As Hank stood face to face with the jester, its grin stretched impossibly wide, the world went black. His last sensation was the feeling of those insect-like limbs wrapping around him, pulling him into an abyss where only the scratching remained. Hank was later found merged with a wall, deformed into a grotesque imitation of the jester, his head replaced with a strange insect, wearing Hank's face like a mask. This report was made via a death knell from SCP-Y-020, and thus ends this meeting on another detailed incident report. We at Site-Y1 have a responsibility to know what we're up against. I hope you'll consider subscribing to stay updated on our incident reports. Knowledge is power, after all. You never know when you may come face to face with one of these yourself.
What that boy say? Did not. Listen here. If you just now joining the academy, man, believe me, we've been said that way earlier in the videos, going through the files when we was all in the outs going, you know what I'm talking about? I said, just in case, man. You never know. You never know. Because when it's hidden in plain sight, something ain't right. I promise you, you don't want no surprises, man. You don't. I mean, you're going to be shocked nonetheless. But you'll be able to regather yourself a lot sooner than the person that just didn't take it serious or never even knew. Like I said, I'd rather know that I can't there's no weapon that can stop the Orcadian horsemen. I'd rather know that, and I know that I got to get across some fresh water because it can't cross fresh water. Now, I was thinking of getting some fresh water and putting it in a super soaker and maybe blasting him in the face. Obviously, he don't like water. Maybe you need to throw some water on dude, and that's going to chill his ass out, okay? That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't take the chance on it, but that's what I'm thinking. But nonetheless, to get across that fresh water is something great to know. Otherwise, you're just going to catch them, and you know he coming, and he coming with it. He got hit in the neck with RPG, guys. Two of them. He took 2 to the neck and smiled at bro and just faded back into the shadows. You ain't doing nothing with that. You ain't doing nothing with that. There's not a 7.62 around here that's going to stop that. Sorry. I got several. But I know when I see that, I'm not going to waste a bullet. I'm just going to look around and think about my terrain. Did I see some fresh water around here? Because we getting there. Otherwise, it's going down. I'd rather know. Okay? Just like when it comes down with a weapon, I'd rather have it. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, than need it and not have it. That's one of my mottos when it comes down to protection. I'd rather have it than need it and not have it. What you playing for? What you playing for? So, I mean, things happen out here. You ain't gotta be involved to, things happen. So, but this is crazy. What y'all think? What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? Divine awakening? I don't really know. I mean, I don't really, judgment? I don't know what kind. Obsession? That definitely seemed like what Buddy was on. Extreme level of obsession for the number 20. Before we break it down to that too. But for the extreme level of obsession. And my apologies for leaving that part out in the beginning. I didn't give, give y'all a lot to go on for the first segment. But yeah. Very resentful. Could be. Hypersensitive. Possibility. Cruelty, definitely. It's definitely cruel what's going on. Deception, most definitely. I mean, it's smiling at you, but it's torturing the hell out of you. Not a good sign. Let's see. Yeah, cruel. Very cruel. Yeah, very cruel. Very. Nighttime. Connection with nature. See, that's where they were. Out in the woods, yeah. Engineer, botanist, mediator. That's, I don't really even know what damn dude, what is that? Like, what was he dealing with? What is this thing up here? Harley Quinn. Oh what is? Oh, y'all know we got to get it. Y'all know we gonna get it. Y'all see it. So you just be ready for that one. Matter of fact, you know what? I got it. Gotta do what I always do, right? Remember just like this. Harley Quinn. See, and then that's a connection right there. And then y'all see how this is 20, and the I can't remember the other one, but he was 10. I think it was SCP-10, the SCP-Y-10. The Dark Neil, the Death Neil. And then these have a connection. So that's 10, 20. See what I'm saying? And this is Harley Quinn. And that's crazy because I was just wrote some bars. Wrote some bars dealing with Miss Quinn here. I go hard. Go hard, go hard. So yeah, we'll definitely get that one in, guys. Look, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comment section. Is y'all rocking with SCP-Y or not? You know what I'm saying? I think I can deal with guy right here to add him in to the, you know what I'm saying, the arsenal of what we got. So now we, you know what I'm saying, we may officially have us 3. That being the Vogan, Exploring Series, and SCP-Y here. You know what I'm saying? And we may pull in a couple other people, you know, just see what they got going on. I've seen others, so, but I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying, if I want to go there with them. You know what I'm saying? Some of it be looking kind of, you know what I'm saying, and that just takes it, for me, it takes it out of it. But if there's something that they have that's interesting that I haven't seen going through other channels, then of course I'm gonna pull it, just because we need the information. So I ain't dodging nobody. You know what I mean? I'm just, excuse me, letting my higher self and my ancestors guide me through this and for what they want to bring out to y'all, and that's real. So that's how we coming. In the meantime, y'all keep your head on the swivel, just like the guy say. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you may run into one of these things. You may need to know a little bit. So you make sure you keep your head on the swivel. You know what I'm saying? Remember to keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected. In this case, keep yourself spiritually protected, because obviously this guy was widely open and something got on him. I'm not quite sure what this thing is, but we gonna get to the bottom of it. Best believe that we're gonna get to the bottom of it. We're gonna figure it out. At least what it is and what it wants, besides people, and to pull you into the darkness. We're gonna find out what that's all about. Hopefully Harley will have something for us. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all, you know what I'm saying, keep that oil. Make sure y'all operating in love out there. Divine love, cosmic love. The green light, please. You know what I'm saying? Green or better. Let's keep the vibe high. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep pumping this energy into the earth. You know what I'm saying? To continue to help her grow and evolve and get back to the status that she used to be in. You know what I'm saying? Full abundance. You feel me? And we get back to the way things used to be. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do that. We gotta do that. See, we gotta do that. See, it's time. It's time. So, in the meantime, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay good out there, man. Stay good out there. Keep it. Don't let them bring you down. Please, don't let them bring you down. We gonna be alright. We gonna make it through this. You're gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little truth, and everybody needs some. Okay? It's some truth, and everybody needs some. Only thing we condone over here is that you do your own due diligence. Do your own due diligence. Pick up a book, read it yourself, get your own conclusion. Okay, but with all that getting, please get understanding. You know what I'm saying? With all that getting, get some understanding, and then get some understanding, and then get some overstanding. Because nothing's better than overstanding your situation. When you can overlook it, you see everything, you see all the pieces, you know what's going on. So that's what we're here to do, is to get an understanding to an overstanding of what exactly is going on with these SCPs, where they come from, how they get here, who's in control, what's really going on with this. Because it's more than just some YouTube, I'm telling you. And you a fool if you think, I'm just saying, you a fool if you thinking that this just is what this is. It's just some YouTube propaganda or something. You crazy if you thinking it. This come from somewhere. All of these monsters, this stuff, they've seen this stuff somewhere. Otherwise, you wouldn't be seeing it. Where did this come from? Because you got to understand how the mind works. If the mind can imagine it, if you can imagine it, it's somewhere. That's how it works. Once you do the due diligence, you will figure that out. No thanks needed. You just thank yourself for just doing it, research, and realizing that it's, listen, I'm just telling you, in plain sight, okay? So peace and love to all the guys and goddesses. Peace, love to all the guys and goddesses. And all the high vibrating species on the planet. All of you that's vibing high. You know what I'm talking about?